The Opera Theater of St. Louis's 42nd season opens in late May with new performances of several fan-favorite productions. And here today from the Opera Theater of St. Louis is Gfaller. And Joe, you're the Director of Marketing and Public Relations for Opera Theater, have been for many years, and we welcome you back. So happy you're here.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So Opera Theater, even though it's been around forever, and I really find it hard to believe that any St. Louisan hasn't been there, I know that there are some who still find opera to be maybe a challenge in their mind, at least.
Sure.
So let's talk about the myths of opera.
Yeah, I think there are just a lot of preconceived notions people have if they haven't been to the opera, or they haven't been to see us at Opera Theater of St. Louis, because people can think that this is an art form that, you know, happened 200 years ago and doesn't really matter as much today. They don't realize how much new work is being created constantly that's telling resonant stories that are exciting and important. And I think that one thing people also don't realize about Opera Theater of St. Louis in particular is how casual, how welcoming, how informal the experience can be. We're a festival company. We produce 4 operas between May and June every year. And May and June in St. Louis is not the time to put on your minks and your ermines and your pearls, you know. Come to the opera in a sundress and khakis and have a great time. People picnic before in our gardens. People have drinks after the show with the singers in our gardens again. And everything we do is in English. So you can fully understand as the story is unfolding everything that's happening. You don't need to have a PhD in Italian to enjoy Opera Theater of St. Louis. And that's the way a lot of composers really wanted their work performed. They wanted audiences to understand it. I think a lot of people assume that if you come to opera, it's going to be like going to a foreign film and maybe there won't even be subtitles. It's a much easier experience, much more enjoyable experience.
Yeah, and having gone myself many, many times, I think what you're talking about, it makes so much sense. And make it an evening. Go bring a picnic or buy. You guys make it so easy. You have the boxed meals you can order ahead of time, right on your website. Picnic outside, get there early. It really adds to the event, to the evening or afternoon.
It becomes much more of a social experience. You can enjoy time with their friends or the spouse that you bring and have that piece even before the opera happens. Then after the opera's over, you know, you've got more opportunity to connect with one another and to connect with the singers. And it's rare to get to spend time with, you know, some of these incredible artists that at some companies, you have to be a 6-figure donor just to have a glass of champagne with the soprano. At Opera Theater of St. Louis, it doesn't matter whether you're a first-time opera goer or you've been on our board for 40 years. Everyone has equal access to get to meet these incredible singers.
And that's after each performance, is that right?
Yes.
Back outside under the tent.
That's correct.
You can stay. Anyone is welcome.
Everyone is welcome all the time, and the bar stays open till the wee hours. People can drink. You can bring your own drinks if you like.
Yeah.
It's a very fun and very uniquely St. Louis way to spend an evening on a May or June night. So.
Yeah, and it's really neat the way the calendar is structured, because it is a festival. So you have in one given week or 10 days, you can see all of the different operas. Is that right?
We actually get audiences from all over the world. Last year we had audiences from as far away as Addis Ababa and Anchorage, Alaska come to see us. And people come because they can see, even in just 3 days, they can see 4 different operas. Night, matinee, night, evening again, and just sort of get their opera fix
so
in.
So there you go. You can just, in just a few days, not the 10 days I just said.
Yeah.
So
but you can do it in 10 days also. That's
yeah, right, exactly. You can spread it out and stay and visit all of the rest of St. Louis at the same time. Okay, so great operas coming up. We're going to talk about them in depth in the next segment. Give us the titles right now, then we're going to take a quick break.
Sure thing. We have Puccini's Madame Butterfly. We have Mozart's beautiful piece Titus, or La Clemenza to Tito. We've got a fantastic American premiere called The Trial by Philip Glass, and a wonderful piece that has just not been seen very often called The Grapes of Wrath. Everyone's read it. No one's really gotten to see it yet as an opera, and we're thrilled it's part of our season this year as well.
Okay, very good. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about these operas, and we're going to talk about something new for children this year with the Opera Theater. So there's more from Opera Theater of St. Louis. Please stay with us for more here on STL Live.